So a good thing is that this top carpet only has a bunch of clips. So those are pretty easy to take off with this one. And you get 1, 2, 3, 4 in front. Get rid of these. And you can just lift it up. As you can see, some big thick plastic on here. So there's already something there. But that doesn't stop the water it's all wet, and right there is where the hole is that goes into the trunk. So that's why I want to get all this out. This is all wet, so I gotta take it out. It's kind of stuck, so I gotta unstick it. But my other camera is dead, so I can't record that. So I'm just gonna do it by hand and put this outside in the sun. Dry and see what we got. Alright, on the sides here, right here, you have these two bolts holding the carpet down, and you will need one of these impacts in order to get them out because it's pretty tight. And you got two more all the way in there, two more clips. So after that, it will lift off. If you can grab it so I can lift the carpet. Get this out of the way. Put this down here. I can get the whole carpet out. Okay. Remember, there's that piece of plastic that it's supposed to be glued to the bottom, but as you can see, it no longer is. So here's the carpet right there. Let me get it out that way so we can take a better look. So here's the second piece of plastic and here, and it's stuck there, so I'm just gonna pull it and unstick it. Well, let me see, maybe I can do both. So let me pause this and come back. Alright, so I got the pieces out. Now I need to get this wet part out. It is glued a bit or stuck to the bottom a bit, so let me gently get this out because it's still wet. There we go. How do I rip it all? I try to get it off in one piece. Because I can put it back later. So it's right along the edge here. Come on, baby. You're almost there. So that's nice. It is coming off with just one little bit here. But I can take this out. There's that carpet, and there's the other half. So let me put this up here and let the sun hit it. Okay, this is pretty wet. So that's what that looks like. Now, this is what we're left with. This is the top of the panel here. So when water does get through the top, you get this hole, you get this holes, and well, so just a clip. No, clips were on the top and up here. So anyways, if you do get water here like I have, as you can see where it's wet, it will go right in through here. So that's why I want to see if I can put some of that sun cover deadening to cover the holes a little better, but I gotta clean these up before I can do anything. So I'm gonna go get a brush, something to wipe this down with, and a vacuum to get rid of the dirt, and see how I'm gonna do this. Alright, so I cleaned as best as I could, and for this side where it's a little surface rust, just use a metal brush, and that takes all of that out. And for the old fiber stuff here, I use the same. That cleans it up. And then see if I can get a shot of what's in here. So your drain is that black corner there, and you can see if the water comes from anywhere up here, it should go down, but it won't because there are holes on this. You got two here, you got this here, and it goes right under that cover. You have all the open, and then so we have like one panel here, and then this other one. I'll take the screws out and see what's in here because I don't even know. But let me show you. So all this is open. I'm trying to see, was there anything there? No, the clip was over here on the top. Yeah, no, there's nothing on this holes and on this one. One thing to remember is you can clean your drain holes. Let's see if I can get a good shot right there. Mine are pretty clean because there's like a little plastic towards the bottom. Just yank that off and then it'll be open. If not, you're gonna have leaves and stuff getting stuck there and water backing up. So I did that when I first got the car, so that's why there's no water pooling here. But because water does come from the top, sometimes you can see I have a little surface rust. But the main thing I found is when I was pushing from the bottom there on the carpet, I was cleaning the back, and then I put my finger through here and I could feel the carpet on the top that was wet, as you saw. So my plan is to try and figure out how to basically seal these holes as best as I can so that water doesn't go to the trunk. I may not use the whole sheet, maybe just use pieces here and there and take these off and maybe put a little bit underneath. Just trying to seal it overall from the water. That's my goal here, not to make this brand new. But as you can see, there's only minor surface rust, so that's good. And then I did change the top one, so change the rails and everything, so that's why I'm not getting water in here, which is good. But yeah, that makes it pretty tough to keep water from going down to the trunk, because when it gets really cold, any little water that goes here condenses there in the back and you'll end up with water. So let me get the screws off here and there and see. I think the fuel pump is either here or there, I'm not sure, but I never taken this off, so I'm gonna do it right now. All right, covers off. You can see there's a slide gasket on this one, and there's your fuel pump on the middle right there. Here, let me get a close up so you can see it. That's what it looks like. I never been in here, but the back cover is just your trunk hoses from the tank, the ones you can see when you take that other cover off. But that's pretty much it. So at least this one has a sort of gasket here, around here, so I know water doesn't go through here. This one, however, does not have a gasket, so I guess we'll make something. I think I have a, well, no, I don't. I might have a small double-sided tape. It's like a trim tape, I think. That might work on here so that I can seal this off. All right, be careful with the screws. I left them where they belong. Here, here. This one goes here. That one down there, over here, this one here, and that one from there. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit. This one I can put just the way it is. So I don't need anything here because we do have that there, which is nice. And not only that, this part doesn't go into the trunk, as you can see. But this part on the top, yeah, that goes right to the trunk. So that needs to be sealed. Foam might work better here instead of trying to tape it. Well, yeah, foam might be better just for something like this. But that's the goal. I'm trying to get the holes that go into the trunk completely closed. But this one is part of this, so I may have to take this cover off just to try and figure out how I'm gonna seal it from here. But anyway, so those are the two covers that you got here. There are no covers over there, so it's just this one. But that's what we got so far. Alright, I just finished cleaning the back and it looks brand new. Who knew the Huggies clean so well? I just discovered something new. I don't have kids, but man, this thing just swipes everything off really nice. New discovery there for you. If you don't have kids, get you some wipies. Look at that, all that dirt. Not that this will ever be seen again, but look, check this out right here. Let me show you. I'm not lying. Look, check it out. All that crud, it just takes it off. Holy cow! Very nice. All right. So I've been thinking about this while I'm here. On the holes, I may just put like a small piece of double-sided tape or some of that mat that I got, at least on this side, on the part there. But on this part, I'm thinking foam would be faster, but I'm thinking maybe I'll do some like caulking, or what do you call that, rubber caulking or gasket sealant. That I think would be the best thing here, because you can't really put a sheet on it. Yeah, you can cover it, but it's not going to be the same. And this goes right into the trunk, which is right there. So for these holes, I can just cover them up. Heck, I can even use what do you call it, electrical tape, but no, I'm not going to do that. So I may put a little bit of sound deadening on the holes. But here's what the other side looks like. I don't know if you can see it well, but so the problematic parts are going to be this cover here, because I might lift this up and just slap a piece of the sound paper dampening here and just put it back. Maybe that'll seal it. I don't know, because it's, yeah, that thing is open. And I don't know, this is the only way I can think of filling this over here. But everything else, all the other little holes, definitely we can do that real quick. I may just undo this bolts right here and just sort of lift it up a little bit and jam a piece of that in here all the way maybe to here, and keep it against it, and then put it down, and hopefully that'll close it. I don't know, it's just something I'm brainstorming right now. Thankfully it's not a lot, but any little holes you definitely want to cover, because water will get through it right there, and that's what you want to prevent. Anything here goes outside, so that's not a problem. But I believe this is the tunnel that goes through, so you definitely want to cover this and maybe the side here, because it goes straight to the back. So this is going to be the hard part, because stupid plastic is on the way too. But yeah, I'm going to go get the sealant. I do have one or two. You can get them at the 99cent store, and just fill these up so that nothing goes in there. And here too. Because, yeah, let me show you. It goes right through. See? There's my finger right there. You can't see it, but yeah, it goes right through. So that's what I want to prevent. All right. So I had this, I think they call it trim tape or something, I forget. And I never use it. It's like a double-sided tape, but that allowed me to make a nice seal like this one had on this cover. So hopefully that will keep the water out. As you can see, I put it inside the side here because of that. So let's see. It's supposed to go like this, so it's gonna be a little tighter, but that's what we want. I don't know how great that's gonna be on this side, so maybe I'll just put a piece here just to I'll just put a piece here just to make sure it touches there, and or maybe I'll just put a strip on here to make sure the water doesn't go in there. Or wait, well, yeah, it's gonna have to be right here so the water doesn't go farther in, not down there. So let's see here. So maybe I'll just put the other piece here. That way it just makes it easier. All right, almost done. Put in a little bit of the mat here. Oops. Anyways, as I was saying, I just put the mat, as you can see, back. I didn't cover everything because obviously I want to leave access to all the access panels. So I just went ahead and put it where the holes were. There was a hole, well, there's one here, so I covered that. There were a couple there. There's another one here. So that one needed a little more. There's another one here, so I covered that. And here I had the same thing. On the back, I went ahead and put some RTV because I could see the light coming through. So I went ahead and sealed that with some RTV first. Then I went ahead and put the mat. And I did put it under this panel, but as you can see, I also went ahead and put RTV on this edge because it's lifted. But the reason I put it on there so that I could make it higher and not use as much RTV on it, even though I do have quite a bit. But I want to cover this gap in here so that the water, if there's any water coming in, it'll go down to the side, which is where the drain is, and instead of going into the bottom of the I guess this is like the tunnel that goes all the way to the back, so I don't want the water going down, but I would rather it goes to the side. So that's what I've been aiming at with the mat, not necessarily for sound proofing. As you can see, I also put some RTV on here. I did need more here. This is a wider gap, but that goes right into the trunk. A little bit of there, so I'm gonna fill that one in. Let me show you. I did the same thing on this side, so I pretty much RTV the gap here. This panel you can still take off eventually and it'll come undone, but it'll be stuck with that a little bit. Not too bad, but I couldn't get it off because I got this plastic in the way, so you gotta take this that screw and that clip or this piece here in order to move it. And I got the screw out of there so I could put the mat underneath the panel, and then I went ahead and added the RTV. If not, it was going straight down to the bottom. So the goal is basically any water that comes in here, if it comes in here, I want it to go to the sides, or it might just come to the middle here. Inside, I haven't done the whole edge in the bottom here. I may need to do that. I'm not sure for now. I'm just trying to get the other main holes. But the reason I'm not doing this is because if there is water, if it goes down here, it'll still go to the bottom, but maybe not the trunk. And if I do put RTV on here, it might just pull up here, and I don't know. I may or may not do it, but I might continue just covering that gap, and that's pretty much, it's not too much left, but I do have another tube of RTV, but I do need to close this gap, and that's the only way I'm going to do it. I'm just going to put RTV here because I want to seal that completely from the trunk. I don't want any air or condensation getting through that if possible. So there is the mat. I did 2 half on there, so I did one and then the other one here, because of the way the holes were. So this was the first one, and then I did pieces here. I did that one, the middle one, then that one, and then this one. So not much. Everything else is still the same because obviously we want axes if this ever needs to come off. And then you can't really cover this because you get the other panels. I did do a gasket on that one, as you can see, so hopefully that one will be nice and sealed as well. I don't see any light coming through. I got the sun right in front of me, so I'll open the trunk and double check that. But I think this one is fun because it is sort of a double-sided tape, but at least there is a gasket on there now. So that's pretty much it. Also, do get the cheap, I just got these 2 cheap rollers. That does help get everything down and smooth it out. You can do it with your hand, and it's easy to cut with the regular box cutter, so it's not a big deal, and I'm not using a lot of it. So as you can see, cut the square that I just did here, or just a little piece, and you can just cut it with that. That's the other piece I have because there's a hole over here as well. So I think I'm done pretty much covering the holes for the most part, except for this one and maybe the bottom here. But so there you go. That's the look at the holes on the back of the Miata seats, or the 91 Miata. So I hope that helps, and I definitely hope it'll keep the water out of the trunk and the condensation, because that's been very annoying. So if you are getting that water there, check here, because yeah, you'll have this thing just went right through here. So, and so did this side here as well, around here, so you could just see right through it. So hopefully this will help keep the water out of the trunk and to the sides. Well, with that said, I'm gonna finish up here, and that's pretty much is for this matting and the trunk holes, or not the trunk holes, the back over here, sealing the Miata trunk, I guess. Almost forgot. Don't forget to plug this holes too. I just did a cover here. The reason is because I just saw the sun shining through that on the other side. That's what it looks like. There's nothing there on the carpet. So make sure you plug that hole as well. And don't forget the Huggies. Huggies cleans this stuff off you really well too, of your hands. So pretty good.